Hello, welcome to Physics and Gaming, presented to you by me, Christopher Chris Miller, of the Fundamentals of Physics class, instructed by Thomas Oakson. What do apples, the movement of the planets, and terrible powdery white wigs have in common? If you guessed Sir Isaac Newton, you would be correct. In 1687, Sir Isaac Newton published the three universal laws of motion, setting a foundation for everything that we know about motion and gravity today. The first law states that without any outside influence, an object will maintain its velocity as a constant. The second law states that the force needed to move an object is equal to the mass of the object times acceleration, meaning that more force means more acceleration and higher mass means more force. The third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Every time you hop on a Koopa shell, the Koopa pops out of its shell due to the force. Speaking of hopping on Koopas, physics, especially Newton's laws, applies to video games because video games are an imitation of the real world. In Super Mario Bros., you run and jump, sometimes on top of other creatures, and that means there has to be a complex set of equations behind every single motion. We notice that if you stop pushing forward, Mario stops moving, meaning that an outside force such as gravity or friction is acting upon him. The same is applied when he jumps up and then comes back down. As technology developed further, it was natural that two-dimensional platformers should give way to three-dimensional platformers. With them, entirely new engines had to be written to continue developing motion. Even unrealistic and fantastic worlds, such as the Mushroom Kingdom, needed a set of laws that applied to every motion, such as flying through the air in 3D, or, say, being shot out of a cannon, and then proceeding to land safely on the ground below. With more advanced engines being designed, we are also able to make more realistic engines, better mimicking real-world motion. Parkour-like movements have been the major influence of the Assassin's Creed series, where your character cannot jump 20 feet into the air and then land on someone's head. Well, not without breaking a few limbs anyway. These games, as well as others like Mirror's Edge, are much more rooted in reality, where a fall actually hurts, and taking a knife to the spine can be the end of the game. Your character can only reach places that a normal, albeit well-trained, human could reach, and hanging from a helicopter can be a very real danger in these worlds, just as in our own. Realistic motion engines don't just stay in the action-adventure genre, though. Even puzzle games, once relegated to games like Bejeweled or Dr. Mario, are advancing. Limbo goes back to two-dimensional roots, but brings with it a realistic engine, where a large fall can kill you, as can giants, spiders, and razor blades, but puzzles must be solved by interacting with the world around you in very realistic ways. Of course, games like Half-Life and Half-Life 2 have achieved fame because of a combination of incredibly realistic physics and an entirely fantastic manipulation of those physics. The game literally has a weapon called the Physics Gun, which, as you can see, allows you to grab up an item and then apply a very generous heaping of acceleration to it. This gun goes a long way in solving the many puzzles of this adventure game. Then there's the Portal series, a branch off from Half-Life's world that is famous for very much the same reasons. In this game, the main attraction is the Portal Gun, a device that creates an extremely unrealistic occurrence, at least by today's standards, but handles the situation with realism. Portals are used to solve the game's many puzzles, and Newton's laws play heavily into the game's engine. For instance, momentum is used to a great degree, allowing slingshotting and catapulting out of portals to reach higher ground, as momentum is not stopped when entering a portal. Free-falling puzzles made by creative players of Minecraft show that even the simple, blocky game has a complex system in place for acceleration, gravity, free fall, and even terminal velocity. A working knowledge of physics is very important to game designers. Newton is everyone's best friend. Thank you very much. My name is Chris Miller.
Who are you? What is that? Oh, what's that? What's that? What is that? Oh, that thing has numbers on it. Hey, look at that thing. Look at that other thing. No, what's wrong with your legs? Where are we going? Are you coming back? Oh, hey, you're the lady from the test. Hi. What's that noise? Is that a gun? Where are we going? Oh, what's in here?